Hello and welcome to this lesson on Docker in practice. This lesson is split into three parts. Part 1 will cover how to develop your web server application locally. For the web server, we will be using Node and Express because it lets you write a very minimalist server and get started in no time. In the following parts, we'll cover how to containerize this web server application that we've just built. So here we have an empty directory which I will use to initiate a node application. To do this, you must first have node and npm installed on your machine already. So you see here, my node version is 14.16.1. And this brings us to a very core problem that Docker aims to solve. If you think about multiple developers on a team who are all developing this single application called Simple Node Server, more often than not, you end up requiring every developer to have the same version of Node installed on their local machines. And different versions could mean that the code can work on your computer but may not necessarily work on someone else's computer. If different developers have different operating systems, you could have the same problem of the code working on your machine but not on another operating system. With Docker, you can kiss all of these problems goodbye. You can containerize your application and distribute it to all developers, and they don't even need to have Node installed on their local machine to develop this application. So, before we containerize our application, let's build this application locally. To do this, I'm going to first init an npm application. So now we have our package.json here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install Express in our application. And while this installation runs, I'm going to start writing my Express server in index.js. So let me quickly check. So Express is completed installation. And I'm going to write a simple web server in Express. So we're going to set this server to be hosted on port 3000. And we're going to write a simple GET request to a /endpoint. And when this endpoint is hit, we're simply going to return this message called hello cloud native. And we're going to we're going to set up this app to listen on port 3000. And we're going to log a message. And we're going to say Express server is running on port. And port is 3000. Okay. So now we have a very simple server application setup, and I'm going to add a start script, which we will set up to be node index.js. And if you now go back and let's run our start script, and you can see that we have our Express server that's running on port 3000. Now, if I make a curl request to this port on localhost, you can see that I have my server returning this message, hello cloud native. So this is our simple web server that we've developed locally. And in the next parts, we will look at how to containerize this server. Thank you.